Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today to recognize May as Mental Health Awareness Month. 1 in 6 students are experiencing childhood mental health disorders. Among adults, that number jumps to 1 in 5. Our nation is facing a mental health crisis, and it requires urgent action. For too long, mental health has been a topic that people have been afraid to openly discuss, and it carries with it a stigma that has prevented people from getting the care they need. I know this firsthand. Having been raised by a single mom with undiagnosed depression, I know the challenges that many families face, and while grateful for her love, knew the struggles that she lived with. Talking about mental health isn't simply enough. We must work hard to break down and break through barriers and encourage more people to seek the help they need. That requires us as a nation and as communities to invest more to help ensure anyone who needs mental health treatment can access it. I spent much of the last 12 years as a local elected official building up the most comprehensive community-based mental health model in the country. It is now today the model that New York State uses, and it is critically important that we expand the reach and the ability of individuals to access community-based mental health treatment. In upstate New York, we have incredible providers like Mental Health Association of the Southern Tier. Unfortunately, these providers are stretched thin and face growing demand. They need our help. And that's why we must increase federal commitment for mental health programming, incentivize mental health education to boost the pipeline of qualified practitioners. As we recognize Mental Health Awareness Month, we must increase our commitment to addressing the mental health crisis in our communities. This is an issue that transcends party and politics. And by working together, we can build communities where everyone has the support they need to live out a full, healthy, and fulfilling life. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today with many of my colleagues in honor of National Police Week. I join members across this country in recognizing the brave men and women who serve in federal, state, county, and local law enforcement. And I especially want to acknowledge and recognize the men and women of law enforcement throughout upstate New York, county, state, and local men and women who put their lives on the line every day to protect our communities. And sadly, however, they don't get the recognition that they deserve, and appreciation, while well-deserved, is simply not enough. In the state of New York State passed cashless bail reforms that have allowed dangerous criminals to be released and remain in our communities and on our streets, reoffending, creating new victims, undermining law enforcement, diminishing public safety. These laws make it harder and more dangerous to be a law enforcement official, a police officer, and it's no wonder our police officers are leaving the profession in record numbers. Now, here in Congress, we're moving this week to pass bills to show our support and appreciation for law enforcement, to prove again that we have their back. Now, we defend those who defend us and vigorously oppose the defund and defame the police movement, not just because it's the right thing to do, because it will further protect our police officers and enhance community safety. Mr. Speaker, we recognize all of those men and women who serve and sacrifice every day, and we are grateful to them and to their families. May they always come home to a family that loves them and a community that supports them. And with that, I yield back.